I'm in the pen here with a 3-year-old stallion. I call him Bo. I decided to name him after Bucephalus, Alexander the Great's legendary horse, because he kind of looked like the statues. And this video is mostly just for me. I want to do some groundwork. I want to ground drive him, ride him a little bit. I want to see what he looks like on video. And so I'm going to start off just doing this. In the video, I've just got the camera on a stand. I don't have a cameraman, so I can't move it around as I go. But I want to see where he is, and I'll narrate it as we go. I've been working this horse, I'd say about 2 months. Of course, I don't get 5 sessions a week on these horses. I get average maybe 3 sessions a week. So 2 months is probably the equivalent of 4 or 5 weeks. And he's come along pretty well. In fact, I'd say of all the horses I've worked over here, I probably like this one as well or better than any of them. The primary thing that he's struggled with is just keeping his attention. He's a 3-year-old stallion, his hormones are raging, and he's kind of ADD. And so, you know, as long as I'm doing this, I can usually keep his attention, but especially when I'm riding him. He'll want to look at all the mares, and the slightest little thing happens, and he's, you know, looking off somewhere else and trying to do something else. But you can see the groundwork's pretty good. He tends to be a little bit overreactive because he's Arabian. That's just, I don't think they can help that. I mean, they can help it, but you have to work on it. So they tend to, instead of jumping a foot, they'll jump 6 feet, just because that's who they are, okay? And he's starting to anticipate me. That's pretty good. That's good. So I ground worked him a little bit before I turned the camera on. He was kind of jumping a lot faster, but not too bad. His ear's on me. Seems okay. Stop him right here. Let's back him up. Back him up. Pretty good. I have ridden this horse, probably about 10 or 15 times, but they were all pretty short rides. I've not even gotten any faster than a trot with him on the riding. I've ground driven him quite a bit, and I probably walked out of the camera range there to get my ground driving lines. I have ground driven him a lot, but what I'm going to do today that I've not done is what we call the second phase of ground driving. I've not done this before, and that is, instead of running the lines directly through the loops on the saddle and so that I get a direct pull, instead what I'm going to do is run them where I get like a draw rein effect. I'm going to hook it right here on the cinch, right there. I need to tighten another notch or two. Okay. So this way, when I pull on the draw reins, you'll see it in a minute when I get on the camera side. When I pull on the draw reins, then I get on the long lines, I get a draw rein effect. He nibbled me there just a little. He hasn't been real bad about biting. Most of these stallions over here are just horrible about biting because they don't get corrected properly when they do it, especially as young yearlings and 2-year-olds. They don't get corrected properly. So a lot of them bite pretty bad. This one doesn't bite. He's nipped me a little bit, but nothing serious. So I'm going to ground drive him here. So this way, when I pull, the way this is set up, I get a draw rein effect on the reins. And I haven't ground driven him in a week or two, in a while. He knows he took off loping. I didn't ask him to. I didn't even ask him to trot. And that's just pent up nervousness, which I think all horses have it, but I believe these Arabians are more prone to it than our quarter horses back home. So what I'm looking for here is I want him to stay on the circle and not be pulling on me, which he's doing quite well, actually. He's not trying to pull. Again, I've ground driven this horse probably 20 times, maybe, or more. So he knows the drill on that part. This feels a little different with me using this draw rein effect. Let's see what happens when I stop him. Oh, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. Okay, back him up. So that's going to feel, yeah, he looks like he want to rear up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted him to do in the beginning. He's overreacting, which they do. Typical Arabian, let's overreact. Okay, all right, not bad. Not bad. not bad. I don't, as long as the horse is trying and giving me a decent try, considering this is a new thing, I'm not going to be too upset if he doesn't do it very well. Okay. Now, all right, let's go off to the left. To the left. Try to get over here where I'm on the camera. And again, he takes loping. I didn't ask him to. And I could stop him, I suppose, slow him down, but I don't want to get in a fight with him just yet. I'm going to let him kind of work on this feel and think about what I'm trying to teach him here. You'll notice that I'm using a loose ring O-ring snaffle. The reason I don't typically use this bit because it is fairly stout, fairly severe, little snaffle bit. But he's been pretty stiff as far as me just, bending him side to side. He's been pretty stiff, and I started off with a pretty mild bit that I use on all my young colts, and he just wasn't respecting that. So I went to this O-ring, and it's got a pretty good bite, especially side to side. When you pull on its side, it puts a pretty good bite on the off side of his cheek, and so that he's done a little better with that. And I think I'll probably stick with this bit at least for a while. Now let's see. I'm trying to see if he'll kind of settle down and start thinking about what I'm trying to teach him. Stop being so reactive. Bring him around and stop him now. Oh, that wasn't very good, but it's better. Okay, nice back up. Good. Good. Okay, he should stand there. He is. He's standing there. Again, I don't know if this is on the camera. I don't have a cameraman. Okay, now, good. He should stand there, and he did. All right. All right. This is kind of hard doing this way, but I think I can do it. I think I can bring him around to the right. I just did. Okay. All right, good. With this kind of a setup where I'm using this draw rein effect, I can't spin him around and change things because you can't flip these reins over as easily as you can when you have it running directly through the saddle ring. So I only use this really. The primary thing is to teach him when he feels that bit pressure, he needs to be giving his face. And that's a lot of when I get to this stage, when I think they're ground driving pretty well with direct. See, right now I'm going to put a little pressure on him. See if he'll give that. There we go. Did you see him give the face? Good. That's kind of what I want to see. When I pressure on the reins, I want to see his face give him. There we go. Just like if I'm riding him. Just like if I'm riding him, I want to see him give that face. Right. See, he's fighting it. Fighting it. There, he gave it. Try to loosen up. Okay. So getting better. Getting better. I have bitted this horse up a few times and had him go around bitted up. And I wasn't really very satisfied with his response when I did it because he didn't really, I think, learn the lesson very well. And I'm sure I'll bit him up a number more times in the future to get him given to that a little better. Oh, okay, I don't